La 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 la. Blah 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 la la. Yada da hee hoo. I'm just going to the IREALPRO. I'm gonna type in wild whir and then hit enter because it's probably gonna be in there. And then the first thing that pops up, I look for IREALPRO Wild World and I hit that. There it is, Cat Stevens. I'm gonna look through here and kind of go A minor, D7, G major, C. Yeah, that feels about right. So I'm gonna import it. Throws it over to my IREALPRO. I'm gonna make it large so I can see it. And that's what I'm gonna work from. So the concept is here, when I look at my first measure, I'm gonna see 4, 4. I'm gonna say, oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 beats per measure. So I would have A for 2 bars, A for 2 beats inside of this bar, and then D. It would sound like this. Here, I can't hold this in. So we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. It gives us the pace and the rhythm. So when we go through all of these, see how they're just standard basic chords? You have an A minor 7, a D7 here. So there's a little bit of notation, but each one of these chords could have a little bit more flair, a little bit more movement. And depending on where the melody goes, that's what we're going to be using. The one thing I wanted to point out, which is really special with this program, is if you know the chords for your chosen instrument, you can go down, let's say we're going to talk about two-handed piano. We could do that. You could have the small diagrams done in the chords for you. So rather than having to do, follow the chord progression, you can just look at the chords above what you're looking at. This goes great on a big screen. Smaller screens, not so great. I'm not going to take it off of that. I'm just going to keep the chords as is here. When playing now, they will be displayed. Oh, there's a bad measure in here. So see how that had popped up? Measure 6. So what we do is we just count through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Right here, there's not a space in between there. So I'm gonna go up to the pen tool, edit, tap that right there, and then actually I'm gonna tap the one in front of it, and then I'm going to be pressing a little forward button. So take it off the ABCs, keep it on the ABCs, doesn't really matter. Actually, I'm gonna turn my unit to the side. So when you go to the side, the options are actually right above you. I'm gonna take this measure and I'm gonna push it forward. So when I come up here and press the F, I'm gonna go right here and press the plus. See how that shifted that over? Now, essentially, it should be fine. However, we've got a broken measure here. So rather than keeping it the way it has it, I'm just gonna push this out and change the measures themselves. These are all going to have the same feeling. And since it was written that way, I'm gonna put that bar right there, end the measure, push this back, so now it's all lined up. That's fine right there. This seems a little bit muddled, so I'm gonna use the S to make it smaller. And then as soon as I get done with the measure, press it twice for an N to normalize it. I'm gonna do the same thing here with these two notes together. And because it's the end of the song, I'm just gonna leave it. It does have a double bar there, which is great. But since it's the end of the actual song, I'm gonna press all the way through till I pass the repeat and hit the last one, notating that it is going to be the last of the song. Seems like it's laid out pretty good here. Gonna hit done and save. Now, when we play it, it should play through. There it is. And if you don't dig the instrumentation, as I have here, I would say slow it down to give it a little bit more of a feeling that it has when Yusef does it. Feels about right. Not a big fan on the acoustic. Try the nylon. Maybe throw a vibraphone. Go back to the piano. You can tune out this. You could also have them embellish. If you don't want them to play a little bit more, you don't have to. That just went through the one time. If this was going through again, I would want to go up to the edit here, come to my first line, press the ABCs, and then my options of chord markings. We're gonna basically do a DS coda, so it's gonna go all the way up to the top to the first verse. Or actually, yeah, we'll just do this. go up to the first verse. I'm going to go to my little markings right here, and I'm going to put the DS right up top. What means is we're going to go right back to that when done. That is a great way to play the song, and you can see how it extends the time of the song now a little bit further. Goes through the whole mark. So that's a little explanation on how to do it with a song which might be familiar to you. The secondary thing I wanted to show you is when you touch a chord, you're able to see the different inversions of what it looks like on your keyboard. When you leave it as that chord, it will be displayed as that chord. One of the things I really like on this is when you put it on the notation mark here, you can actually have the chords be played. And what's great, it talks about the same thing we talk about in our sessions. When playing a minor chord with the minor third, you can play a Dorian mode. You could play a dominant mixolydian for the D. You could play a pentatonic minor over the A. You could play a blues micro scale. You could play the bebop Dorian minor. You could play the A. See what this is? It's showing you all these modes that we're so curious about. So there is a plethora of different things that you would be able to do on this program, and I'm so glad we're going to be working from it, because it inevitably is going to be what you're going to be practicing from 5-10 minutes a day. Okay, hello.